hello, and to all the students out there. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, how do you do? And glad to see you too. And you, and you, and you. Da la 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 la. Okay, welcome to my channel. So it's me, Teacher Gracie Jane, where you can learn more and...
Okay, so for today's video po ay ibabahagi natin ang ating PowerPoint presentation sa ating masteral, no? Master of Education. So, this subject is sa Philippine Value System for SOC.215. Ayan po. So, Philippine Value System po natin. Of course, prepared by yours truly, Gracie Jane Lopez Tampar. Okay, so let's proceed. So let's have first our class rules. So listen attentively, be responsible, respect everyone in this class has feelings, and of course, bullying will not be tolerated. So have fun and get creative. Okay, let's move on. So try to observe these pictures. Okay, so what can you say about this one, or say something about this picture? Okay, so if you notice, it's more on the cooperation, it's more on leadership, it's more on being responsible to help your coworkers, your friends, your families, or even with your co-teachers, or so on and so forth. So there's a cooperation, no, in line with this picture. Okay, so for you, what are values? Okay, and what is a leader? Okay, try to answer it in your own. Okay, reflect, of course. And what is management? So all these questions has a great impact with our topic this morning. It's because our topic is all about the use of values in management and leadership. Okay? But for now, I will just test yourselves, or personally test if you really a good leader or a good follower. Okay, are you ready? Before we will proceed to our topic. Okay, let's have this for a while. And make sure also to have reflection on it if you're really a good leader or a good follower. You can have your papers or your pen if you like. Okay, so how is it? So how's your score? Okay, try to reflect on it if you're really a good leader or a follower, no? So it helps also sometimes that we need to assess ourselves, or we need to have a personality test. Though it's not really accurate though, but we need also sometimes to really reflect on ourselves and assess ourselves sa mga ginawa po natin. And since we're an educator, we're a teacher, we need to assess ourselves, right? Okay, so before we will proceed, let us know first our objectives. So to know what is values, to identify what is management and leadership, to appreciate what are the values in management and leadership. Okay, so let's proceed. So what are values? So a set of belief and ideas affecting the way people make decisions and conducting themselves. Let us proceed. So there is a terminal value. So when we say terminal values, it's an exciting life and also a sense of accomplishment. So of a family security. There is also an inner harmony, social recognition, and the connection of having a friendship. No? Again, all these terminal values will really serve us a good connection and a good accomplishment and a satisfaction sa ate pong mga sarili. And we need to assess through these terminal values. Okay, so let's proceed. We also have, aside from the terminal values, we also have instrumental values. So for this, being courageous. We also have being helpful. We also have being honest. Then we also have being imaginative. We teachers, we have a vital role in the society to insert different values that will add to the young generation now, that they need to be responsible in all area, in all aspect, right? This, how values develop. So with the experience, with the sharings that we have now, and we have this personal value system. Of course, we need to start with our own. Let's have the religion, no? So the values develop, of course, with the connection of the religion. Also developed by parents. Then we also have our peers. Then we also have education. Then we also have technology. We also have the media. Okay, so identify and live your personal values. So values are traits or qualities that are considered worthwhile. They represent your highest priorities and deeply held driving forces. Value statements are grounded in values and define how people want to behave with each other in an organization, an institution, a company, or a family. They are statements about how the organization will value customers, suppliers, and the internal community. How values impact leadership? So ito na. So inuna natin yung value because as I've said, dun tayo mapupunta kung ikaw ba ay mabuting leader. So values play a key role in the choices made by leaders. According to Carfy 2003 in England and Lee in 1974, leaders with strong commercial values focus on financial results and shortcomings. Those with a strong aesthetic values are more likely to review quality indicators. Values also affect the solutions generated and decisions made about problems. And leaders with a strong recognition value might likely choose a riskier solution that would trust them in the spotlight. So the trust is really important. Values often influence a leader's perceptions of individual or organizational successes, as well as the manner in which these successes are achieved. Leaders with strong science values will define organizational success differently than those with strong power values. Then, in leadership, this leadership means that the ability to influence others to achieve a goal. So there are 5 rules of leadership. We have shape the future, make things happen, engage today talent, build the next generation, and invest in yourselves. So these 5 rules of leadership will serve as our motivation to strive more and in order to achieve our goals, right? Okay. Then leaders are learners. So learn from success, learn from failure, learn from assignment, learn from books, learn from classes, and learn from people. Okay. Then, according to Maslow, hierarchy of needs, are you still familiar with the hierarchy of needs? So, psychological theory of motivational based on ascending scales of needs. Ascending. Higher needs, okay, so this is the hierarchy of needs pyramid. So, let's start from the ascending yun. So, let's have from psychological needs. Start with air, water, food, shelter, reproduction. We also have safety needs, personality, security, employment, resources, health, and property. Love and belonging, friendship, intimacy, family, and sense of connection. We also have esteem, respect, self-esteem, status, recognition, strength, and freedom. And we have the higher one, self-actualization, desire to become the most that one can be. So you need to set a better version with yourself, no? So in a self-actualization, again, this is a hierarchy of needs, according to Maslow. Then we have effective leaders demonstrate their values by talking, explaining, showing. Then we also have management. So we will now proceed to management because we're the one with the leadership. So management is the process of controlling things and people. Management is a process of planning, decision-making, organizing, leading, motivation, and controlling the human resources, financial, physical, and information resources of an organization to reach its goals efficiently and effectively. So, to manage, you need to control things and people, but you need to put a limit. And since it's a management, you need to plan. You need to set standards in decision making. Of course, being effective and efficient. Then we also have what leadership and management share. Ayun na. Nagkukumbine na yung leadership and management because you will not become a good leader if you will not know how to manage, right? So, we have professionalism. We also have knowledge. We also have interpersonal skills. Okay. Then, managerial leadership. Ito na. The main challenge as an administrator were managing the pace and amount of change that occurred on many fronts. This statement suggests that practice of managerial leadership. Managerial leadership is a fit leadership model for a formal model of management, which looks at a school as a rational system with a formal organizational structure, according to Hoy and Mescal in 2005. Then we also have the difference between leadership and management. Ito na. Okay, for leadership, it's leading. For managing, it's managing. For management, is managing. Leading, it means to mission-driven. While for managing, it's task-driven. Do you see the difference? Okay. Again, leading, it's mission-driven. While managing, it's task-driven. Okay? So, to know more, this is one. So, leading, it's more on the emotion. While managing, it's more on the intellect because you need to control. So, leading, it's a coach, inspire, innovate. While for managing, it's direct control process. So, for leading, mission and strategy, creating value, influencing and inspiring, having a team, leading people, people-focused, charismatic style, risk and change seekers, appeal to the heart, proactive, sets direction, raising expectations, and ask questions. While for managing, task-driven, policies and proceeding, counting values, power control, having subordinates, managing work, work-focused, authoritarian style, risk-averse and stability, appeal to the head reactive, plans and details, maintain status quo, and give direction. So, ito yung kaibahan ng leadership and management. But, they have the same function. Accomplish a goal, explain vision, motivate others, and mobilize resources. Okay? So now, I want you to look at this video. And this is a story about the butterfly. I don't know if you're familiar with this.
The saying, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day, teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime, I truly believe relates to leadership. As a leader, do you ever find that an awful lot of your day is answering people's questions and solving people's problems, even though actually you have a suspicion they probably could do that themselves? And as leaders, we do have experience and we do have knowledge that is absolutely fine to share with others in the right situation. However, are we really helping people? So in fact, when we do give advice and share our experiences, are we in fact feeding them just for the day, so they will come back another day? What we want to do, of course, is to teach them to fish. But by just feeding them, we're also probably feeding something in ourselves. I know that I have a real need for recognition and also to be needed. And that helps me in an awful lot of aspects of my life. But in leadership and coaching, it can be a real hindrance. When somebody asks me for my advice, I absolutely love that. I'm helping them, aren't I? But in essence, I'm really just truly filling a need in myself. So when I came across really what coaching was all about, which is giving somebody else the capacity to solve their own problems by getting them to explore their own situation, that really did enlighten me as to what we can do for other people. So rather than feeding me, it's all about that person. I came across a story a number of years ago which really helps me relate and think about what I'm doing to help other people. And that's the story of a man who came across a butterfly cocoon. And the man came across this cocoon and saw the small hole and the butterfly struggling to get through this small hole. And he was absolutely fascinated with this butterfly's struggle. And as he watched it, he was curious as to how the butterfly was going to manage to get through this minute hole. He went away, and a few hours later he came back, and the butterfly was still trying to struggle through the hole. He watched, thinking, what could he do to help? He felt for the butterfly and wanted to do something. But again, he went away, hoping that when he returned, that the butterfly would have flown away. So when he did return, to his dismay, the butterfly was still trying to struggle through the hole and looked like it was almost giving up. And he could not hold himself back. So he wanted to help the butterfly so much, he took a pair of scissors and he cut through the cocoon. And out came the butterfly with ease. But to his absolute horror, instead of the butterfly that he expected, the butterfly had an engorged body and withered wings. Because the man, in his haste to help, did not realise that the struggle for the butterfly to get through the hole in the cocoon actually serves to force the fluid from its body into its wings, so it can be fully formed to fly as a butterfly should. So that story stays with me and helps remind me of when I'm leading and coaching as to what I can do in service for other people. So I challenge you as leaders to, next time, before you dive in and give advice, is to think about how much pleasure you get from solving problems, and instead give the greatest gift of giving that other person the pleasure of solving their own problem. by asking great questions, getting them to explore their situation, and more importantly, it's about patience. Waiting whilst, in fact, the person probably struggles to their own solution. Because great leaders are surrounded by beautiful butterflies.
For more videos and information about Blue Point, visit us.
Wow. So, I hope you learn and you reflect on it, no? Napakagandang advice. And that is really true. Before you dive into conclusion, or even before you say something with that certain person, you need to make sure that you assess yourself if this advice will help to them, or if this solution mas nakakatulong ba para sa kanila. So let them solve problem. And by that, you're not just coaching, leading them to be more responsible, right? Okay, so let's proceed. So if you have questions or clarification, please make sure to put in a comment box, and we will discuss, or we will just, if kung may additional pa kayong information with regards to our topic this morning, please don't hesitate to put in the comment box. Okay, so I guess we're done, but we need to assess ourselves if you really understand our topic this morning. So you are going to answer the post test using menti.com. So click the given link and type the code. And of course, observe the time. Okay, so are you ready? So let's have menti.com. Again, observe the time. Sub question number 1. Okay, time's up. Okay, the correct answer is leader. Okay, let's have number 2. Okay, answer fast to get more points. Okay, look at your phone. So define management. Not lead. Okay. Proceed. Okay, look at the leaderboard. Okay, question 3 of 5. Okay, look at your phone. Define leadership. Okay, look at the leaderboard. Okay, the correct answer, Jane. We have 4 of 5. Okay, try to look at the leaderboard. Okay, Jean got the correct answer. Okay. So congratulations, Jean. Please enlighten yourselves with this. It's not hard to make decisions when you know what your values are. according to Roy Desney. So again, it's not hard to make decisions when you know what your values are. Roy Desney. Okay, so all the images, the photos, and the videos that we shared now in our PowerPoint presentation ay nasa link po natin for our references. Again, kudos and credit to all the owners of these links. Thank you so much. And if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. So according to John Quincy Adams. So again, thank you so much for Teacher Gracie Jane, where you can learn more and share more. God bless everyone.